Are you ready to experience a self-healing Reiki session? Welcome to Healing Evergreen. My name is Sherry. I am a Reiki Master Teacher, and today I will be teaching you hand placements for a Reiki session. And as I'm doing that, I will be using myself as a surrogate. I have a microphone there, so if I hit it, I'm really sorry. I will be using myself as a surrogate for you. So as my hands go on my chest, the intention is to hit your chest. And if you did register, I do have your names right in front of me here, and I have already meditated on them. I am so excited about this session. I have been thinking about it for the last few days nonstop. I put myself in a different space so that I would be able to talk with you and not have all the noise that is in the other room. And as well with that, we will not be having any music today because sometimes I come through choppy when I have music. So as we are getting set up, um, feel free to find some music on your end if you would like it, or we can just continue quietly as I speak through and show you the hand placements of a self-Reiki session. I do want to let you know, one thing you need to know about Reiki is that it is always going to go wherever you need it most. So whenever I do these sessions, I always intend that you receive the specific healing that you need as an individual. So as I'm going through these sessions, they are the standard hand sessions. Um, sorry. You may, like, if we are both holding your third eye up here, you may feel energy down here instead of up here, and that's because Reiki is going where you need it as an individual. So just keep your hands up here, and if the Reiki energy moves, that's very normal and it's very okay. You are not doing anything wrong. I am not doing anything wrong. Reiki is doing everything right. So go ahead and get your space as cozy as you would like it. You can do this in the seated position that I am in, or if you would like to lay down or stand up or whatever is most comfortable for you. You and I are not going to make any mistakes here. That is the beautiful thing about Reiki. You can make all the mistakes in the world once you get attuned to Reiki. Like, I could be doing a symbol wrong or going to the wrong place for maybe you have anxiety. And I'm like, okay, let's work on the heart, but maybe your anxiety is in your root. Reiki's always going to take control and go exactly where it needs to go. So, move however is comfortable for you. If I put my hand in a certain hand placement that is uncomfortable for you, put it somewhere else that's comfortable and just intend that the Reiki goes where I am also intending it to go. And one more thing, kind of giving you a mini Reiki session here, a mini Reiki training. One more thing is when we work with Reiki, one of the main things that I repetitively tell my students is that we need to let go and let Reiki. So intention setting happens at the beginning of the session. And if you would like, each time you move your hand, like, okay, I intend it to hit here. I intend it to hit here. You don't have to do that, but if that's comfortable for you, that's great. But once you place your hands, you need to let go and not keep saying, do my heart, do my heart, do my heart, or clear out this past pain, clear out this pain. Say the intention once, and then you got to step back so that Reiki can flow. So I will be stepping back, and I'm going to ask you to do that as well so that the Reiki does flow to you, because I'm pretty sure that the way we're working today and the intention that I'm going to be setting, that Reiki is also going to be listening to you. So set it and forget it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clear the space because that is very important. Anytime you do a Reiki session, you want to clear the energy around you. I will be clearing your space and my space. And you also want to protect yourself. We will be protecting ourselves with a grounding that we'll be doing in a minute. So right now we'll do our space. And if you want to start with some deep breaths, you can do that. And you hold them at the top, and then you let them go slowly as well. And what I would like you to do is I'm going to bring the incense to you. And when I do that, I would like you to breathe in and intend that you are breathing in Reiki energy. So in and hold it. And as you're holding it, just imagine that Reiki is working through your body. And as you release, push anything negative out through your root chakra into the ground. So in and out. In and out. Okay, so our space is clear. And now we're going to go ahead and protect ourselves with a grounding, okay? All you need to do at this point, and please follow along with the hand. You don't have to do what I just did, but place your hand here. And what I want you to do is imagine that there are roots coming out from where you are seated. So for me, it's going to be coming out of my butt area. I don't know which way to say it better, but it's going to be coming out of there into the ground. If you're laying down, it can come out of your butt or your back. You're going to imagine the roots going into the ground and taking root and spreading. This is protecting you and grounding you at the same time for this Reiki session. And the next part of a Reiki session is saying the intention. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say out loud the intention that I normally do, and I'm going to call in the spirit team that I normally call in. If you would like to call somebody different into your session, feel free to do so. Some people use Jesus, some people use archangels. I use divine healers and Reiki ancestors. So, divine healers, Reiki ancestors, please allow Reiki healing energy to flow through me clearly and gently for healing for my highest good. And there it is. It is set. And it is set for you as well on my end. So from this point, we're going to clear our aura. So with our aura, we're working on the space from our body to about 2 to 3 feet out and around. Okay, it's just the energy field outside of our body. And what we're going to do is start above our head and be anywhere in the space. And we're going to sweep our hands through and out. And what you're doing is you're sweeping your hands through, grabbing anything you can with your hands that shouldn't be there, and sweeping it out and off of you past your legs. So you're sweeping it away from you. Okay? You're going to want to do that just a couple times here. And again, I am working with you as a surrogate. My body is your surrogate, so I am clearing your energy field. We do want to hit our backside. So anything that we cannot reach today, we're going to reach with intention. So we're going to start on our backside behind us as far back as you can go and go down as far back as you can go. And then just intend that the Reiki goes down all the way. You can do that. You can bring your arms all the way down if you want, or you can just stop wherever's comfortable for you and intend. This is I'm doing a little bit of double connection here to make sure that I am reaching you. Allow me to set this. Okay. All right, so next what we're going to do is balance our chakras. Okay. So you're going to put your hand, when you're balancing your chakras, you're never touching your body. Okay. So you're going to be like about this far away from each area that we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to start with the crown chakra and the root chakra. The root chakra is in our groin, so just a few inches away from our groin and a few inches away from our crown. And all you have to do here is just intend one time that we're going to balance our crown and root chakra. And we're going to hold it here just for a few seconds, allowing the energy to work. Then we're going to move to our third eye, which is right here. And we're going to balance the front side and the back side, again, not touching. And we're just going to intend here that our third eye chakra is balanced. Okay, good. Now we're going to move to our throat chakra, which is right here, front and back. Again, not touching. And again, if you cannot bend your arms this way, simply intend. Okay, and then we're going to move to our heart chakra, which is basically right where the heart is on the front and the back side. Again, if your arm is up here, that's fine. Just intend that the energy is hitting the back side of your heart without touching our body, a few inches away from the body, balancing the heart chakra front and back. All right, now we're going to move to our solar plexus, which is right between the bottom of our ribs and our belly button. So right in this area here. There's a couple ways you can do this because this one's a difficult spot for many people. Okay, so you can either, if you can reach it, go ahead and reach in the back and again, hover a few inches away from both sides, intending that the solar plexus chakra is balancing. You can also do the sides here and just intend that your hands are in this spot. Or you can use both hands and intend that one hand is hitting the front of you and one hand is hitting the back of you, balancing your solar plexus chakra. And we're going to do the same thing with our sacral chakra, which is located right above our pelvic bone and below the belly button. So right in that middle space there. So you're going to hover outside, and if you can reach around the back, great. If not, great. Just hover both hands here or on the side, intending that the back is also hit. Okay, so we just balanced all of our chakras. Now, when we do our Reiki hand placements, we're going to work from the crown all the way down to the root. So we're going to start at the crown, which is right up here, it's top of our head. I am going to go ahead and do all the symbols that I'm attuned to and get them, get the energy going and then flowing the energy to you. Okay. But go ahead and when you're doing hand placements, you can either do hands on, like touching yourself, or hands above. You can even move your hands if you would like. If because we're going to hold these positions once we get going with them. We're going to hold them for at least a minute each. So if you're holding it and you start feeling like, maybe I want to pet myself, or maybe I just want to go back and forth or scratch, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. That's Reiki and your body talking to you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. You can also set one more intention here if you would like. Healing for your highest good. Okay, so I have all the symbols in there so that the energy is flowing nicely. Again, I'm using my body as your surrogate, sending the energy through to your crown chakra. Your hands are on your crown chakra as well. And then we're just going to hold, go ahead and relax and allow the Reiki energy to flow and do its thing. We're going to work our way down the front side first. So the next spot is our third eye chakra. You can place your hands, both of them like this. You can do one like this, intending for energy to flow into this hand and out that hand. Or you can cover your whole face here. I don't know if you heard that. You can cover your whole face. Whichever is most comfortable for you. Okay, now we're going to move to the outsides of our ears. If you want to cover them, you can, but most people find it most comfortable outside. We're going to go ahead and move to our throat chakra, which is right here. You can choose again to touch it, which most people find uncomfortable, or hover your hands out here. And then you're going to move your hands right above your heart. When you're working on your heart chakra, you can place your hands anywhere in this area. They typically go right about here, but if a different area feels better for you, go ahead and move your hands there. I'm going to go ahead and add another symbol there for you. We're going to move down to our solar plexus. And again, anywhere in this area. So if you feel like you need some energy right here instead of in the typical hand placement, go ahead and move it here. but anywhere in this area. All right, we're going to move down to the sacral between the belly button and the pelvic bone. Now we're going to work on the back side of all of those chakras. So placing our hand behind the top of our head, right here. And anytime during your self-healing, if you feel like you need to take a deep breath in and out, go ahead and do that. This is your moment with you. Again, you can move your hands around if you need to. We're going to move to the back of our throat. Again, this is the point where you're going to want to start intending if you're going to have a hard time reaching these hand placements. You can always go to the front and intend that you are getting to the back through the front. And we're going to move. Actually, we're not. I feel like we need to stay in the back of the throat a little bit longer. Okay. All right, now we're going to move to the back of our heart. Again, coming to the front if you need to intend that it goes back there. Feeling a lot of heat here. I don't know if you're feeling it as well. Got a lot of healing going on. Okay, we're going to move to the back of the solar plexus. The heart was still hot, and I'm going to remind you that Reiki is going to go where it needs to go. So even though we're moving our hands down to the solar plexus, if there's more healing needed in the heart, Reiki will stay there for you. So if you can't reach your solar plexus from the back, which I cannot, you can put your hands here and intend that it's reaching your solar plexus that way, or you can place them here and intend that it's going through. All right, now we're going to move down to the sacral, which is in the front between your belly button and your pelvic bone. So you're going to reach around and grab that area in the back side of that. And again, if you can't reach, you can always come up here and intend. And when I work on people's sacral area, when I work on my sacral area, I like to kind of, if I get up, I'm not going to get back down. So I'm going to explain it. Just kind of like to go into the lower back, the upper buttocks area. If there's any back pain, this would be the area to get that with, is your sacral. And you can dip your fingers down a little bit lower and grab that. Okay, we are going to move back up and we're going to grab the arms. The arms are an extension of the heart chakra. So your heart chakra is not just here, excuse me, not just here, it's all the way down. Okay. So when you have physical issues in your arm, It has to do with the heart chakra. You have heart work to do. So just go ahead right now. I'm gonna say it before I do it because my microphone is there. And just grab your shoulders. We're gonna send Reiki healing energy there. And we're going to move down to our elbows and just cradle them. And if any point that we're working on the arms, you feel like you want to move up here, go ahead. Or down here, go ahead. The shoulder, the elbow, and the hands are the standard hand placements, but you can always wander around. And we're going to move down and we're going to hold our hands. Hold them however you would like. If you want to do this and then this, or like this, whatever feels good for you. If you want to focus on your wrist, maybe you have some wrist pain, whatever feels good for you. We ready for the root? So our root chakra goes from our hips all the way down to our feet. So we're going to start by putting your hand on your knee. It doesn't matter which leg you start with. Hand on your knee and another hand right here. Again, intending if you cannot reach. And we're not going to wander here. You can if you would like to, but we are going to grab this area as well. So just like the arm, the hip, the knee, and the foot are the three main placements for the root chakra. But I always grab the front and the back of the upper thigh and usually the calf as well, because we store a lot in this area. This is where we store most of our root trauma that goes to the root. This is where I usually feel it, in the root area. So go ahead and just place one hand in front and one hand in the back. And we're allowing the energy to flow. All right, we're going to move down to our calf and shin and just kind of one hand underneath and one hand on top, however is comfortable for you. If you have to, as we get down, if you just have to do this, then just do this. That works too. Okay, then we're going to grab the top and the bottom of our foot. And just kind of hold your foot however is comfortable. You can even massage it right now if you'd like to. Okay, we're going to move to the other leg, your opposite leg. You're going to do one hand on your knee and one hand on your hip. All right, and we're going to put one hand on top of the thigh and one hand under the thigh. And then one hand on the shin and one hand on the calf. Again, if you can't reach, just reaching as far as you can comfortably and intending that the energy reaches the shin and the calf. All right, and then we're going to get the top and the bottom of our foot, holding it however you would like. Okay, those are all of the hand placements. I'm going to get a drink of water and then we're going to wrap up the session. It's not done yet. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so at the end, we're going to reground ourselves. So you're going to go ahead and place your hand here and allow the energy to create a root coming out of your bottom, going into the earth and rooting and grounding you. At this point, we can say thank you to whoever we asked to help us. Thank you, divine healers, Reiki ancestors, for providing healing energy for me, for healing for my highest good. If you would like, you can spread your hands out here and intend for some healing to go to Mother Earth or to some other cause that you would like to send Reiki to. Good intentions of Reiki and healing to. All right, and we're going to zip up our session, which is going to seal it in, okay? We're going to imagine that there's a zipper going from our belly button up to our nose. We're going to zip it up and then throw it away to the right, okay? So we're going to do that 3 times. So belly button to nose, 1, out, 2, out, 3, out. And I was focused on me, so let me zip you up. All right. And then at this point, if you feel any type of like heaviness or you don't feel really light, that's just you needing to fluff the air. You're going to fluff the air around you, just kind of stir it up, get it moving again. And that is it. That is the end of the Reiki session. I am today going to open up. If you have, I would love to hear how you received the session today. How did it feel doing the hand placements? Were you able to feel any energy coming from me to you? Were you able to feel anything in your hands? Are you still with me? I'm actually going to talk today. So if there's anything you want to share. All right, I do want to let you know if you are interested in getting an attunement so that you can self-heal, just specifically for self-healing, no training, and healing others. I'm starting a new program this year. I'm going to keep it open as long as there is interest. And because I am just focusing on you healing yourself, it's a shorter training period, and it's very financially good. It's only $100 to get an attunement. It'll be a group setting, and you will receive an individual attunement within that group setting. And you will have Reiki healing in your own hands, which will feel even more powerful than what you got from me today because my energy is spread across. It will be just you focusing just on you. But I don't know where I was. Self-attunements. It's just $100. It's a 2-hour class, and you'll get a manual with it to teach you how to work with the energy at home. And there's a link below that will let you know when there is an opportunity to join in on one of those. I opened one up for tonight in case somebody is like, woo, I'm really excited. Because honestly, being able to have this in your hands allows you to tap in whenever you need it. You can't always tap into YouTube. Maybe you're at work and you're working and you get a headache or you get anxiety. All you have to do is just kind of this, or maybe put your hand on the desk so it's not so obvious. Send some Reiki to that headache, or just put your hand here, send some Reiki to the energy or to the anxiety. If you're having like a shaky panic attack, you just put your hands on your legs and ground yourself. But it's really nice to have just, and it takes you like really far. It is the most powerful healing session you can get with Reiki. Because as I said in my last video, it clears you out so that Reiki can flow through you. Much more powerful than a Reiki session, the attunement is. So that's available. And I also have a link down below. If you're interested in doing a master teacher certificate 10-month training program with me, where I teach you how I do what I do with the emotional trauma release and how often to see people, how deep to go with people based on their individual needs. That's also below, and it is discounted until the end of tonight. I've had it going for a little bit. I don't know if you've seen it before or not, but there's still some spots left. It is the only Reiki training program that I'm doing in 2025, as far as like a full program taking you to certificate level. So if you're interested in any of that, take a peek down below. I will be back doing a live session next week, doing intentions. So intention setting for 2025. It'll be a full Reiki session like we normally do, but I will give you some space to set your own intention for whatever it is you want 2025 to look like. You will be able to set that. So I'm excited about that one as well. If there are no questions or anything anybody wants to say, if you have any questions about Reiki, Reiki healing, Reiki giving, I don't normally open up for questions. So, okay. All right. I don't see anything. Oh, there's something. Oh, you're welcome. Is it Matasha? You're welcome. I think it says you were I have contacts in which are not very reader friendly. I was crying on the root chakra and in the throat chakra. Oh, I think burning in the throat chakra. Good. Thank you for sharing that you received that. That's good. And that release is so important. And you don't have to cry to know that you're getting a release from Reiki, but man, when that happens, it just feels so good. I remember the first time I had my first crying release with Reiki. It was in my training class. It was the very last day. The minute I walked in, it was a 3-day training class. The minute I walked in, I had this pain in the back of my like upper back, lower neck. It was just like a stabbing pain. I didn't know where it came from. It wasn't normal for me. But the minute I stepped into class, I had that. And it was with me for the 3 days. And on the third day, we got our master level attunement. So she taught us how to pull energies out from people. And I laid down and had my co-students. It was like 4 of us at a time, so 3 of us were working on one. So I had 3 people working on me, and you know they're like, "What do you want worked on?" I said, "You know what? I don't know. There's something there." And they worked on it, and within like 3 minutes, I just started crying. I had no idea what I was crying about, and it wasn't really like a deep, painful cry, but it was just like a such a beautiful release. So, it was nice. It was just really nice. It's nice to know that the Reiki's working. Anything else? Anybody else want to share? I see I have a new member. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody being here today, especially on a holiday. So thank you so much for taking out your time to be with me today and to learn this beautiful energy technique. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I'll get a video up on Saturday as well. I'll see you all again. Have a wonderful holiday and a great night. All right. Bye.